Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And as always, I'm bringing great experts from all over the world. But today, I get to bring an expert from my own backyard right here in Las Vegas. He's making a difference. He's doing VRLU. Yeah, you're going to want to know what that's about. So sit right there. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Yep, you heard me right. What is VRLU? Well, you're about to find out. We're also going to talk a little bit about virtual reality. Everybody's talking about virtual reality, metaverse, blah, 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 blah. We're going to talk about that. But this young man has been mobilizing people for years, and he's even figured out the secret sauce to helping you get to, 6 figures by eating. James Hsu, are you out there?
What is happening, Miss Tigo?
What's going on, James? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Theodore says hello to everybody also. He's going to sit here and be quiet and let us do this podcast.
Hello, Vice President Theodore. How are you? He is so cute. Let's dig right in. Come on, because it's 2022 and you can't open your phone or go to a meeting without somebody talking about virtual reality, without somebody talking about metaverse. How did you get into this, and what does this mean for VRLU?
Well, the way I got started in production for VRLU was my story. I started in video production for the past 12 years when I started my video production company and a YouTube channel. And my mentor, basically, he knew I wanted to make money, and he said, what are you going to do with your life? And I said, I don't know what I want to do with my life. And he's like, well, do you know what YouTube is? And I was like, yeah, that's the website where you make or where you upload music videos. And he's like,
Right.
Yeah, it is that. But in the future, it's going to be a website. Basically, it's going to be the video version of Google. And he told that to me 13, 14 years ago. And I said,
wow,
what do you mean? And he's like, well, you'll be able to look on how to fix a tire, but it'll be in video format. I said, why would you want that? He's like, people will share recipes. And I said, why would you want, I just didn't understand. And literally he was a visionary. I got started 12 years ago in video production, and we've been building our business ever since. And 3 years ago in 2019, 2019, my mentor, my business partner, he said, he was in Korea. He was on a music video shoot for whatever K-pop band it was, and they had a 360 VR camera there. And Tigo, he was looking around, and he'd never seen a camera that has 6 lenses in a sphere.
Right.
And he's like, what is that? And the director or his friend was like, oh, that's for VR. He's like, oh, I would love to see that when you're done. And then that person answered, we're not actually going to produce this video. He said, why are you recording it then? He's like, well, one day VR will be big. And then the day it is, we probably will already have thousands of content ready when that day comes. And he literally came back to America. We met up at Starbucks in Boca Park. You know where that is.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
We were there from
the West Side.
yeah, we were there from something like 9 p.m. till 2 in the morning outside, and just talking. This is what we're going to do. And we literally started VRLU. We went into production October 2019. Our app, VRLU, and 360 VR app, went live in June of 2020, and we've been rock and rolling for the past 30 months.
Wow. And what kind of services do you offer from VRLU?
Well, VRLU is educational and also a entertainment platform, all done in 360 VR. So you could think of it as as YouTube. You could think of as anything like that, where you download it as long as you have a VR headset of some type. You can download the app. There's the entertainment sites. We have 360 cartoons. We have karaoke. We have really cool different entertainment elements. We have travel, where you can go to different parts of the world and see what it looks
Wow.
like. The waterfalls of Hawaii to all over the world, which is really, really cool. And then there's the education side, where we have the Master Academy. And the Master Academy, basically think masterclass, but again,
Right.
instead of it being filmed in 2D, Tigo, we film everything in 360. So it's cool where we have someone like Les Brown, who's a legendary motivational speaker. If you're in that industry, you definitely know who that is.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. One of
we
my
filmed
heroes.
him in yeah, he's amazing. We
Mhm.
filmed him in a bank vault. So when you have your headset on, you're in a bank vault with Les Brown talking about motivation, money, and how to stay hungry in a bank vault. We have Kevin Harrington, the first shark from Shark Tank. We have Forbes Riley, the $5 billion woman. We have so many, Lisa Hubbard. We have Jordan McClanahan. We have so many amazing people that we call masters that break down how they became successful in 12 to 15 videos at 10 minutes a piece, walking you through their adventure and their journey that they've had.
So in the process, because we're in production as well, we don't do anything like that yet. I would love to. I'll be your PA if you want. I would love to be a fly on the wall and just learn. But in production versus traditional, to go into 360, how long does it take to produce something like a 10-minute or a 15-minute interview with a Les Brown?
Well, believe it or not, Miss Tigo, it's very similar to what you already do when it comes to 2D. One thing you do have to think of is when the camera's in front of X person, whoever that might be, you have to remember it's 360. So traditionally, if you and I are on set for a 2D, like I know you're about to break ground on a beautiful documentary, if
Hmm.
I'm on set with you, I could be behind the camera and we're listening to X person talking, and if we hear something that we think needs to be fixed, we can cut.
Hmm.
360, you can't be behind the camera because then you'll be in the shot. And then that's not going to look good where you're looking at this and then you turn around and then all of a sudden you see the entire production crew. That doesn't work. It just doesn't look good. So
Wow.
um, if 360, you have to plan your shots out, in my opinion, a little bit more, just because you got to make sure that wherever you're shooting, that there's no one behind. When you say action, we all go around the corner and then they start talking when they don't see us anymore. So it's an interesting element.
Oh,
Time wise
that's
to edit,
amazing.
it's strange, Miss Tigo. It's
Yeah.
it's weird, but it's something you just that's what it calls for in 360, and that's what you do, and that's what you play with. To answer your question a little further, to the edit, the editing is quite tedious because there's they call stitches. So there's six
Mhm.
cameras around a lens, and if you move one stitch over because your face looks warped, you might be able to fix it, but then that moves over another frame, and then the other frame, the leg is going to get messed up. So
Ah.
there's a lot of things that come with 360 filming that we had a huge learning curve of about 6 months, I would say, and until we finally got it right.
Wow. Yeah,
And we're still learning.
you and I could sit here and talk about this all day because that just fascinates the heck out of me. And when you see so much of this VR coming, especially with metaverses and all of that, it's like it's going to be more and more and more of this coming out, and everybody's trying to learn it. So you guys are kind of sitting in the captain's seat to teach us, the old school production crews, how to be able to do something like that. I think it's absolutely amazing what you're doing.
Well, I don't know if I would say I'm the captain's seat, but we're learning. We're going through the learning curve of VR. And VR technology is going to get better. The cameras will get better. Technology will get better. Editing software is only getting better. So we're excited. Just like even 2D to this day, how can Canon and Sony come out with a new camera every year and take
Right.
another $5,000 from us? I don't know, but they do it, and VR will be the same.
Wow. Now you've been mobilizing people for years now. You do this every third Saturday here in Las Vegas, but you also have a book about mobilizing people. What is that all about? What does that mean to you?
Mobilizing People was my first book that came out, and it's basically I love the headline. It says anyone can have 1,000 Facebook friends, but how many would show up in person if you extended an invitation?
Mm.
Because you could have a million followers on Instagram, and you could have likes and all that stuff. But if you actually said, "Hey, meet me here," and you wanted to actually monetize yourself, there's many case studies where people have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, million followers, and literally cannot convert one person into an actual sale. Versus myself, I don't have a huge social media following, but I can at least tell everybody in Las Vegas, I've had a little over 73,000 people watch a movie with me here in Las Vegas. So that's something that's pretty exciting. And then, mobilizing people is about communication, how to get along with people, how to get people to remember you, and how do you befriend them? How do you be a friend? And how do you get people to want to actually meet up with you if you said, hey, meet me here?
So asking a question, I've got to ask you about this book, How to Eat Your Way to Six-Figure Income. What? Come on, man. What is that about? Is that real?
It is real. So as I mentioned earlier, I was extremely broke. My mentor, Frederick, he basically said, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, I honestly don't know. Like, I'm a motivated guy. I'm not lazy, but I don't know. I don't have direction. And then he gave me the idea of what he thought YouTube would be in the next 10 years, which is basically a version of Google, but in video format. Right. He's like, you'll be able to find anything. I said, great. Right. Once I get video production down, he's like, okay, now we got to make you more money. I said, great. He's like, you love eating? Because I love eating. And he said, let's get restaurants to pay you to eat there. And I said, I mean, I love what you're saying, but how do you even do that? Right. And this is really where he taught me the art of the pitch. He taught me the art of thinking outside the box. And probably my most important value that he taught me is how to exert value in what you do. And that's what he taught me and then we tried this. We've made a little over $1 million doing this over the past decade of people getting restaurant owners that pay us to eat at their restaurants. So this is a fun book. Check it out. And keep in mind, if you're like, James, I don't like eating, which I know a lot of those people, the basic fundamentals, basic rudiments, basic ideologies inside this book, though, you can use it into anything. So you can use this in my movie premiere business. This literally, I do the exact same thing in my movie premiere business as I did in How to Eat Your Way. And in the movie business, again, we've generated over a 7-figure in revenue doing that also.
You're amazing, man. I know we just touched on not even the tip of it. We just got a little bit. So I hope you'll come back and share even more. But if somebody wants to get in touch with you, they want to come to your event on the third Saturdays, how do they get in touch with you, sir?
I perform Mobilizing People live, which is the book, but I do it live every third Saturday of the month. If you're interested in coming, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram. We'll get you free pass as long as you DM me and you write TGO, T-G-O. That way I know how you found us. And again, follow me on Instagram, HSUM James on Instagram, Hsu M James. Follow me, DM me, and just say TGO, and you got a free pass. And we'd love for you to be there. It's a $50 ticket.
Awesome. I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with me just a little bit. I hope you'll come back and hang out again because we could talk about VR like forever. I'm just sitting here going, oh, I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to know more. I thank you, James, for hanging out. You are the best.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody, if you guys know how to do this, if you're driving, you didn't get to write it down, whatever, go to Tigo Direct, type in James. He will be there. Just send him a private message directly through TigoDirect.com. There's no charge to you and no charge to James. We just want to make sure the experts can reach the audience. So make sure you reach out to him and say, hey, James, we saw you on Tigo's show. We want to come, to your Mobilizing People. What do we do next? And he'll take care of you. All right. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.